Hello everyone, welcome back to the digital classes of UN Autonomous College of Science and Technology. In our previous video, we have discussed about capital budgeting. So let me give you a flashback to that video. We have discussed what was budgeting. It is a process of planning our future expenses, and we can say that it is a balance between our expenses and our revenues. And if we talk about capital budgeting, in capital budgeting we do what? We actually calculate our capital expenses and we try to evaluate those investment plannings. So this is also called as investment appraisal. So in our previous video we have talked about the methods of calculating or investment appraisals. From that method we have talked already about the payback period method, and now we are going to study the next method, that is improvement in traditional approach to payback period method. The name already suggests that this is a improvement in traditional approach of payback period method. We have already studied payback period method, and now the improvement in this method due to the various drawbacks. So we will discuss improvement in this method. In this method we can calculate these things. First is post payback profitability method. This method simply says that if we are investing in a project, then our investment proposal, for example, is 50,000 and the proposal is giving a annual revenue of 5,000 or suppose 5,000, then we can say that this 50,000 rupees with a revenue of 5,000 rupees can be covered in 10 years. This was what we taught in our previous video. But this method say that what about after getting back these 50,000 rupees? Okay, we are not here only to settle our investment money, we are here to get the profit. So this method will tell us that after getting back all the investment money, what we are getting extra. Okay, so if we will see this example, initial outlay means at the beginning of the project what we were investing. So we are investing rupees 50,000 and our annual cash inflow means every year what we are getting back. Annual cash inflow for the first 3 years is 15,000 rupees and for next 5 years it is 5,000 rupees. So we can say that the estimated lifetime of this project is 3 year and 5 years, means at total it is for 8 years. Okay, so we are investing 50,000 and we are getting 15,000 and 15,000 for first 3 years and 5,000 for next 5 years. So we can say this is first year, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, likewise. So here we get 15,000, next year also 15,000, next year also 15,000, 3 years 15,000 each, and next 5 years 5,000. If we will calculate up to this, we have already got our 45,000 rupees of our initial investment. We have invested 50,000 and we have already get 45,000. We need more 5,000 extra to cover our investment money. So in the next year, means in the fourth number year, we will get back the 5,000 rupees as already mentioned in the question. So in 4 year already we have completed our investment money. This is what we called our payback period. Our payback period is 4 years. But if we talk about post payback, post means after something. So post payback will be, year will be, the project is going to be last for 8 years and we have covered our investment money in 4 years. So extra 4 years the project is going to run. So we can say the post payback period is 5,000 rupees each year and extra 4 years. Clear? Means we have already got our 50,000 in the first 4 years and after that also we have the chance of earning 5,000 rupees each year extra. So those 5,000 rupees each year, and we have the lifespan of 4 years. So 5,000 into 4 years, that is our 20,000. So our post payback profitability is 40,000 rupee. This is what it is saying. Next is payback reciprocal method. Payback reciprocal means the formula will be got reversed. Means if we are saying something is x and the reciprocal of x is 1 by x, the reciprocal of x is 1 by x. So if our profit is 20,000, our profit will be calculated as 20,000 divided by our initial investment, that is 20,000 divided by 50,000. Okay. Next is our post payback period method. Post payback period method means for what time period we are getting our money. So we can simply say that our post payback period is 4 years. Okay. And last one is our discounted payback period method. Discounted, we have already read this thing in our time value of money chapter. So this will say that all the 15,000 we are getting each year is not equivalent to exact 15,000. We have already studied that this 15,000 is going to be reduced or increased with time. So we are going to put their time factor value and to multiply them. Then we have to calculate those cash inflow in total, so that we can say that what is our actual profit or not. Okay. I am not discussing this method here because we will actually discuss this method in our net present value, which I will tell you in the next class actually. Next comes our rate of return method. As you have remembered, there are 3 methods in traditional approach. First one was payback period method, second one was the improvement in payback period method, and the third one is rate of return method. In rate of return method, the method simply says us that what percentage of profit we are getting as the percentage of our initial investment. Means if I am investing 50,000 rupees and I am getting a profit of 65,000 rupees, then this is initial outlay and this is my inflow. Okay, total inflow. If my initial outlay is 50,000 and inflow is 65,000 rupees, I can say that my rate of return is 65,000 divided by 50,000 into 100. That will be 130%. So we can say that our rate of return is 130%. Okay. So rate of return method, we will discuss it through an example. The example says that a project require an investment of 5 lakh rupees, means here it is our initial outlay and it has a scrap value of 20,000 rupees, means we are investing 5 lakh rupees as our initial outlay, but after the project we are going to get back 20,000 rupees as it is our scrap value. So we can say that, we can simply say that we are investing 4,08,000 rupees. After 5 years, it is expected to yield a profit of amounting each year, means for 5 years what we are going to earn as a profit or revenue, it is as 40,000, 60,000, 70,000, 50,000 and 20,000. So our inflow for 5 years totally is 40,000 plus 60,000 plus 70,000, 50,000 and 20,000. It will be as total of 2,40,000. In total of 5 years, we are going to get back a profit of 2,40,000 rupees. So we are here to calculate the average rate of return. For that, we must have to calculate the average inflow or average profit. So our average profit will be 2,40,000 divided by 5. It will be as our 48,000. Means we are getting 40,000 one year, next year we are getting 60,000, but if we will take an average of all the 5 years, we can say that each year we are getting 48,000. So this is our average profit or average inflow. So how to calculate average rate of return? To calculate average rate of return, we can say that 48,000 divided by our investment money or outflow into 100, that will be our 10%. Okay. Likewise, we have already studied that a financial manager doesn't have only single project. Sometimes he or she has more than one project. So here we have calculated rate of return as 10%. In another project, suppose it is project A, and in another project, that is project B, we are getting a rate of return of 10.37%. So we can say that the project B is more approved because it is going to give us a extra rate of return. Okay. So as this percentage is more than as compared to project A, so the financial manager will choose this project. Okay. This is for today's class. We are going to discuss about the remaining methods or approaches of capital budgeting in our next class. I hope this video will help you to understand the traditional methods. If you have any doubt, please write it in the comment box. I will try to clear their doubt. Thank you for watching.